Hey guys, Mike with CoachMikeMcDonald.com here. And are you looking to scale your business? One thing to really understand about scaling your business is leverage. And one thing that I think a lot of people don't necessarily think about is what tools and systems do they have in place to scale their business. So one thing that I learned a long time ago is if you want to be in business and create a large, stable business, you want to be in front of trends. You want to be in front of a huge expanding market and focused on a product that people want at a price that they can't get anywhere else. So again, a lot of times people will think of business ideas, which are great, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't do them, but they think about ideas that maybe they're passionate about, or they're focused on a product that people have access to all kinds of places. So again, it doesn't matter what kind of industry you're in. It could be maybe you're selling like clothing lines, or you're selling coffee, or pretzels, or candy, or cookies, or travel, or nutrition, whatever the case is. They're all great industries, and a lot of times people are passionate about different things, but something to consider is that market something that's huge and expanding and is in front of trends, where a lot of times people will pick something that they're passionate about and excited about, which is great, but if nobody else is excited about it or passionate about it, it's going to be a lot harder to build a successful business around that. Obviously, not saying that you can't, but again, let's take the example of like cookies, right? So let's say you have a cookie business, you started one and you have a kiosk in the mall. Sometimes I'll get questions like, how do I turn my business into a six-figure business? Or how do I go full-time? Or how do I create $1 million business? Well, in the example of marketing cookies, let's say you just had a small kiosk. Do you really expect to have $1 million? Actually more than that, because you're going to need to pay employees, you're going to have to pay for inventory, you're going to have to rent the space out. So do you expect to sell more than $1 million worth of cookies just from foot traffic in that mall? I'd hope you'd say no. It'd be really hard to see that happening, at least in my opinion, that would go on. So again, at that situation, if you wanted to create a multi-million-dollar business with cookies, not saying that's not possible. I mean, I would assume Oreo, for example, that brand selling that cookies, they probably make more than $1 million marketing that every year. But how do they do that? They have multiple channels that are distributing those cookies. They've created a system, they've leveraged themselves where you can get Oreos all over the place, right? I'm guessing you could probably buy them online if you want. Don't think I've ever searched for it, but that's probably one option where you could get Oreos. You could order it online. Or again, you go to every grocery store, there's probably Oreos there, gas stations, all over the place. There's all these outlets that are selling their cookies for them, and that's the kind of thing that you want to think about. So if you have a business that's not huge, it's not expanding market, again, that's fine, but if you're not going to capitalize on trends, you're still going to need some aspect to leverage your business. So again, however you want to scale it, you're going to need tools in place. So whether that's a website so you can brand yourself and market your products to the masses through the internet, again, whether that's opening multiple locations or franchising or developing a sales team, there's going to be a lot of different things that go into scaling your business. And again, that's just something that you need to keep in mind. So if you don't have an online presence for your brand, for your business, for yourself, how do you ever expect to get outside of your warm market? Obviously you can network, but again, when it comes to like a home business or network marketing, for example, you're going to be developing a sales team, and that's, even if it's through warm market, that's one way that it can expand outside of just you. You're leveraging yourself by building a team, by building an organization that can sell more products and services for you. So if you have something like a kiosk in a mall, or you start a business like that, one thing, again, if you want to scale it, just really keep in mind and ask yourself the question, what tools and what systems am I putting in place to leverage myself, to leverage my time, and get more exposure to my business? Where if you're just trying to do it on your own, it's not really realistic to create a multi-million-dollar business from like a kiosk in the mall. But if you take that same concept of what you're marketing and putting out there, if you could develop tools and systems to leverage yourself, it certainly becomes a lot more realistic no matter what kind of industry and what kind of thing that you're promoting as a business. So again, something to really just keep in mind: what kind of online presence do you have? Do you have tools? Do you have a system? Do you have a way to expand outside your warm market? If you don't, I'd highly recommend checking out some of the training on my site over at coachmikemcdonald.com/lead training. That's really going to give you the information and the tools that you're going to need to scale a business and again, expand globally online through the internet. So if you're not generating interest, you're not generating leads, you're not generating sales for your business on a passive basis through leads and through attraction marketing, that could be one avenue that could really help you scale your business from something small to something global, again, rather quickly in a handful of years. So something to keep in mind: if you're struggling, you're not reaching your goals that you want to, and you really want to expand your market, again, head on over to coachmikemcdonald.com/lead training and enter your information for access to that training on how to brand yourself and build a successful business online. But thanks again for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.